Niliponea bahasha ya ukampo, lakini Kenya naogopa hata zaidi. Finger of God ikini point, yule 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 yule.
Politicians wanabonga mob, that's why kwa parliament kuna speaker ndio jue vitu ziko wrong. Pedestrians wanapisha gari kupita kwa zebra crossing. Kama unachuki nami heri ni poison na rat and rat kuliko uninunulie Passat. Funds za elimu free nalipia mtoto wa minister private school fee. Kukuwa mtu mzubi ni hatia, ni walinishuku nikiofa mrembo lift kwa njia. Tafadhali samahani shukran, ni tam zimepotea kata tu kwa skin ya Msudan. Kisu ni cutlery, kwa mkono ya romba ni silaha na increase casualties. Ukipenda utamu ya sweetie kuwa tayari kuvumilia cavity. Wakiwa na warembo, twaza na teremka down to earth. Wanapenda from the belt down, see from the belt up. Flower coffee movie, see free. Kwa kipeni kikuhage manishi na kulove. After episodes are tighter banks, wanadhani urembo ni kuvaa tighter pants. Wanafunika less, so na address hizi issue. Mguu split kasa nya piece ka DVD. Ni maplayer, wanahitaji CDs. Self, wanaume ni river. Upate bank, lazima get wet. Hiyo ndio advice tunawape. Njaa hasla fala. Panadol kutibu H1N1, there is none but one kwake uje, zingine zote nika watchman kulinda police station. High side walivaa high heels wakaribia heaven, nilibend knees nika touch heaven. Mtulivu husema sorry zitabaki 32. Mjuaji usimpikie githeri itakuwa ngumu kuchiu. Mwili yake ilipata shimo ka flute. Yesu kupata haikuwa flukes. After ile kisa Eden, ngumu kupata visa heaven. Great mathematician alitoa one earth ndiye apate all together. Heaven, heaven.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up. From sunrise, your kind of music.
vya juzi. Sikupenda kwangu kukudhi, ila tu ujana haubagui. Dada, panguza chozi, sijitia lawama kwa uzushi, kwani vita kati ya mandugu si ya Firauni. Wakati hauniruhusu mimi kurekebisha yangu madhambi, kwa hivyo naomba siku hii nikumbukie mazuri. Nataka mucheke siku ya mwisho, siwe mpweke, mimi bado niko na mshukuru Mola kwa kuwepo. Nasema amina, 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 amina. Oh mpenzi, panguza chozi, sijijaze chuki wewe moyoni, hasara yote ya Mwenyezi. Oh rafiki, panguza chozi, sijumize we kichwa na maswali. Utasame sana kwenda bila mkono wa buriani. Wakati hauniruhusu mimi kurekebisha yangu madhambi, kwa hivyo naomba siku hii nikumbukie mazuri. Nataka ucheke siku ya mwisho, siwe mpweke, mimi bado niko na mshukuru Mola kwa kuwepo. Nasema amina, 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 amina. Oh, sina nafasi nyingine ya kuwa na wewe. Nasikitika, minaumia, lakini nina shukrani moyoni ya kuwa miongoni mwa walonienzi mimi. Wakati hauniruhusu mimi kurekebisha yangu madhambi, kwa hivyo naomba siku hii nikumbukie mazuri. Nataka mucheke siku ya mwisho, siwe mpweke, mimi bado niko na mshukuru Mola kwa kuwepo. Nasema amina, 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 amina.
All day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
All right, a very good morning wherever you are tuning in from. Welcome to the Pawa Morning Drive Show with me, Wanyoike, and this is Pawa Radio on this 6th of May. The year is 2024. A very, very chilly and rainy morning from you from Nairobi. Hoping that you had a fantastic weekend wherever you are. Myself, I had a fantastic weekend, and I hope that you are keeping safe wherever you are. I mean, there's still parts of the country that are still experiencing flooding, and so I hope that you are staying safe. If you can avoid some routes, make sure to do that. Today, we shall be talking about democracy and assessing the state of democracy in Africa. So you want to stick around for that. But for now, I want to let you know how you can get in touch with us. We are on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Twitter at Pawa Radio. You can get in touch with us on our social media handles. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Ask us questions, comments, and everything that you might want us to know on those platforms as well. And also this live broadcast is on our website. That is www.power254.org/Pawa Radio, and also on our YouTube channel, that is Pawa Radio. For now, let's get some music, and I will be right back with the newspapers review for today. For now, let's get some music. We'll be right back. Stay tuned on Pawa Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
letwaraku, nyamũ cia gĩthaka, letwaraku.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
On me throw me came across this island girl, love child on the case. So we went back to the studio, Chimney Records. Hey, Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Complete is the way that me feel anytime you look at me. Me no want to try come out of this island. Been around and seen a lot of gal around AI, but none of them still caught me eye. See you that I want and I need in my life, AI. Me want to show you bit of me culture, so let me take you to a country that me call me on. Down in East Africa, Kingston gal, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston gal, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Me want to take you to a town called Nairobi. Take you on Panama tattoo the whole day. Take you to me family so that you know me. Make we eat that yama choma the whole day. Baby, come in on me yard. Let me show you how me want. Treat you from the start. Remember that? So let me take you to a country that me call me yard. Down in East Africa, Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. You don't need to think twice about it. No need to think twice, think twice. There's a first time for everything. First time for everything. Trust my words when I say I'ma treat you like royalty. Let me take you to the motherland. Let me treat you like a queen. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya. Come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya. Come back home. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya. Come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya. Come back home.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, a very good morning. You are tuned in to Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive with me and Wanyoike. On this beautiful 6th of May, Monday morning, I hope that you're keeping safe and doing all that you can to stay warm, because Nairobi is a little bit chilly, actually a lot chilly. I can see that there's still some showers happening here and there. But yes, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles for any comments, questions. Let us know where you are tuning in from. That is at Power Radio across Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. You can also join us live on YouTube at Power Radio, and also our website. That is www.power254.org/Power Radio. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we shall be doing a deep dive into the state of African democracy. We shall be assessing what exactly does democracy look like in Africa. Are we doing well when, a big chunk of African countries pride themselves to be democratic republics? Can it really show in the way that governance works out itself on the continent? And so we shall be doing that deep dive as soon as my guests arrives here. Now, let's get into some national news roundup. We start today with the Daily Nation for our newspaper review. Now, the state's plan to recover lost school days, that is the leading story on the cover of the Daily Nation. And so the government will extend the second term and third term due to the indefinite postponement of the reopening of schools because of the ongoing floods that have caused massive destruction and left more than 200 people dead. Now, national examinations, which are scheduled to start in November, will, however, not be affected by the reorganization of the school calendar. That is Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Mashogu was saying yesterday. And so to get a deep dive into that story, you can get your you can get the whole scoop on page 4 of the Daily Nation. I could say something here that the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination, which is scheduled to start in November by Form 4 candidates, will, however, not be affected by the reorganization of the school calendar. Now, initially, basic education institutions, including nursery, primary, and secondary schools, were supposed to reopen on April 29th for the second term, according to this year's education calendar. However, this was pushed on to May 6th today due to the flooding, which, again, we also saw that the Cabinet Secretary of Education, Mr. Machogu, said that schools are not going to be open until we can fully assess the situation of the flooding. And so let's keep an eye on what that looks like. And to more into the flooding situation in Kenya, we have scores displaced as River Nyando bursts its bank. This story, you can find it on the Daily Nation on page 3. Now, River Nyando has burst its banks and flooded Ahero Township, paralyzing transport on the busy Kisumu-Nairobi road. The river broke its banks on Saturday at 4 p.m., submerging the nearby Ahero Sub-County Hospital, Ahero Police Station, Ahero Girls, and the entire Ahero Market. Residents said that the water volume in the river has been increasing significantly since the onset of the heavy rains last month. So far we can confirm that 228, according to the Daily Nation, 228 people is the number that of the people who have perished due to the floods caused by the heavy rains. It looks like it's doomsday here on this Monday, because as if we are not done with the environmental and natural disasters, we also have the cyclone Hidaya. Now, I don't know about you, but me growing up, whenever I used to hear things like Akina Katrina, there was cyclone Katrina, or we used to think that these things are only for the Western countries. But, well, lo and behold, we have cyclone Hidaya, and it has hit. Now, one dead, actually, since cyclone Hidaya has hit the Indian Ocean coast. We also have 22 people that has been hurt out of this. And so one sailor was killed and 22 others from Tanzania and Zanzibar rescued in Kenyan waters as cyclone Hidaya made landfall at the weekend, according to the Kenya Coast Guard Services, that is KCGS. The sailors' vessels drifted into Kenyan territorial waters of the Indian Ocean, and also police are warning that Kenyans along the coastal line should make sure that they stay safe, because it's still approaching. It's fast approaching, and so we will. I know that for sure that the police and county enforcement officers patrol in Nyali Beach in Mombasa yesterday, in a bid to bar locals from accessing the facility amid fears of cyclone Hidaya hitting Kenyan's coast yesterday. So let's keep an eye on how that goes. But there's definitely something to be said about our preparedness and our response as a country whenever it comes to natural disasters. Because what is clearly coming out of this is that forces of natural forces, I don't think we are prepared enough to ensure that we curb the problems that can come out of it. And so this is a call to the Kenyan government, it's a call to actually governments world over, that we need preparedness and ample preparedness, because one too many deaths. Nobody needs to die because we could not see what was potentially coming our way. All right, when we come back from short musical break, I take you through the standard as we go through the top stories. I can see there is a lot of cabinets. The House of Cabinet Secretaries is under fire. There's a lot of back and forth in between Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakumicha. We also have Kipchumba Murkomen, that is the Cabinet Secretary of Roads and Transport. Of course, Mithika Linturi, Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture. A lot of questioning that is happening in the House of Cabinet. So you want to stick around for that as I take you through the Standard newspaper for our top stories today. For now, some musical break. Stay tuned to Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Usichukue njia ya mkato.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
That's right. This is Power Radio on the Power Morning Drive Show. I'm your host, Anne Wanyoike, and we are continuing with our paper, our newspaper review. Now, let's talk about what is topping the headlines of the Standard. It has a very bold title there stated Cabinet of Blunders. Now, 6 cabinet secretaries are under fire from the opposition, parliament and Kenyans over the manner in which they have handled their dockets in the past 18 months. Under fire ministers are Mithika Linturi, I beg your pardon. He is the Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture. Now, what he's coming under fire for is that he's embroiled in the fake fertilizer scandal with an impeachment motion hanging over his head. And then we also have the Cabinet Secretary of Health, Susan Nakumicha, facing criticism over the manner she has handled the medical workers' strike. She has referred to medical interns as students, causing anger in the sector as well. We also have Ezekiel Machogu, the Cabinet Secretary of Education, facing condemnation for flip-flopping on schools reopening, issues midnight statements, hours to school reopening. So that's a little bit of a funny twist to the story. We also have Moses Kuria, the Cabinet Secretary of the Public Service. He's not new to, he's used to being under fire. This time around, he's in controversy because of owning the controversial proposal to place civil servants' contract terms. Proposal has attracted wealth of labor unions and other stakeholders. We also have Davis Chirchir, that is the Cabinet Secretary of Energy, under fire for frequent power blackouts across the country have put him on the spot. The Cabinet Secretary has remained tight-lipped as darkness ruled the country during Murkomen. The Cabinet Secretary of in total darkness has turned a spotlight on him. Can JKIA lack emergency generators? Those are 6 cabinet secretaries. Let's see how that goes. Now, on page 4 of the Standard, Maimahiu's neglected tunnel that exploded, killing over 50 people. Now, known for its serene hot springs, caves, rich wildlife, Mount Longonot, old railway line, Kinale forest, and lush landscapes, Maimahiu attracts tourists year-round. But the area has, however, been... However, beneath this picturesque facade lie a chilling tale of neglect and tragedy. Now, tunnel, ominously dubbed the Dark Tunnel by locals. The MCA revealed that he had alerted officials that the tunnel had filled up, but no one took action. And also, we have survivors that are body parts. So you want to catch that whole story on page 4 of the...
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Girl, I think you look so good in my oversized t-shirt. Is it pink or is it blue? Ukitaka we t-shirt. All your life misunderstood. Hiyo yote ni maisha. Now they wishing they were you. Dancing in my t-shirt. Move your body in my oversized t-shirt. Move your body in my oversized t-shirt. Move your body in my oversized t-shirt. Move your body in my oversized
dance with the dancer. Don't worry, any chance umepata. Bust down, don't stop, show off. Washa kimoja basi baby ndo to take off.
Don't take it off, I like how you moving, showing me that body. Say what you want, I'll give it to you, yeah. You don't feel like talking. Ooh, you take it down low, bring that back, I wanna see some more, yeah. You know you look so fine, so fine. I wanna see you when you whine. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt.
I like it how you move this ass inside my Gucci shirt. Mina jua ukidunga utarudisha. Baby girl you moving fast, ni movie. Nguo zako ziko keja ulisha moving. Na mimi sijui ushakuwa rumi. Unakuwa ngaro juu. French kisses, I'm only telling you bonjour.
I like the way you move too fast. Come baby come, we can take it slower. If you like it, don't make it fast. If I don't, baby come, I don't want this over. Your body on me, come baby come, show me how you play. We can go down night in today. You don't wanna leave, baby, that's okay. Like
ready or not, here we go. Baby, please don't you leave me. Tell me you're not, tell me you go. I don't wanna live like this, no.
move your body, move your body. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt, baby. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. In my oversized t-shirt. In my oversized t-shirt, baby. Oh, in my plain white tee, baby. Move your body.
Y'all know what it is. We've got 5 mics on the track. We're about to tell you who's taking over.
Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation. Sexy people around me, Party Nation. All of them man, them looking so fly. Sexy girl, them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. MDQ, baby girl, one time.
Hivi si ufanyaga, si ndio show si upataga, si kwenye flow uko ndo uwaga, champemo mpaka tunamwaga. Remember ukuni matanga, boss lady mimi ndo semanga, na wapanga muda na watanga, mko nje mkisota mkimangamanga. Me J's on my feet, inyaga ride on the beat. Tazama I'm a hot tip, black boss on the ride.
I see everyone's one on my mind, yeah, my yeah. Afuzwa ena ulimwengu, wacha tupatane baadaye, mbeleni mtatufahamu. Hatutakoma hatuchoki, kuwapikia tu matamu, mazuri twakupa kama kawaida, twazidi kutisha. Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation. Sexy people around me, Party Nation. All of them man, them looking so fly. Sexy girl, them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. Cabwe, let me hear you say.
Ish bana, niko gauge sana. Safi sana. Ati leo hakuna kulala. Fena mayonde. Modoni drama queen. Blinky bit gago. Get physical. You know kama kawaida it's typical. Confidential. Bad man jump again. Do again. Happy mention. Squad up, congregate. Confidential. Bad man jump again. Do again. Happy mention. Squad up, congregate.
Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation. Sexy people around me, Party Nation. All of them man, them looking so fly. Sexy girl, them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. Blicky bill, on the beat one time.
Like it's on Billy. I'm really tryna make a milli. Any track I kill it. And the girls they feel it. I really wanna get down low. Weak bit tough, gonna get down low. Squad is back with the heat for sure. Dance floor lit with the beat I know. See the people out here side by side.
People out here side by side.
Life is right because we do it right.
Right because we do it right.
Getting there, so I will take my time. Never late, cause this is Kenyan time. Yeah. Okay. Now who taking over?
Now who's taking over? The East taking over. The East taking over. Nairobi taking over. Nairobi taking over. Squad taking over. Squad taking over.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
How deep is your love for me? Yeah. Iyongunze sinzuyaza. Baby, you're sweet like a pineapple. Oh, darling, yeah. I took a bite and I fell in love, yeah. Would you call me honey? Yeah, yeah. Would you call me baby? Baby, love. Would you kiss me daily? Baby, you're my addiction. I'll be here for a good time. Yeah, a good time. I could stay for a long time. Yeah, a long time. When you move to the left, I go. To the right, I go. Turn around, baby. Let me know. Baby, take it slow. You're like an angel from heaven. If you want me, let me love you. You got me dancing in the rain. And sounds lose on the baby. Do some more. Give me love, you give me love, yeah. Do some more. One time for my baby love, yeah. Do some more. Hivyo nigusa bila kunikamata, tulivyoendana mama ni kama kapa changu
Right here on your only station, Power Radio.
A very good morning to you wherever you are tuning in from. This is Power Morning Drive. I'm your host, Wanyoike, and we are on Power Radio. We are continuing with our newspaper review up to the top of the hour. The last one of the day is the Business Daily. And I can see here that half of businesses in Kenya are snapping transactions on the KRA e-Teams platforms. Now, more than half of businesses on the KRA, that is the Kenya Revenue Authority Electronic Tax Invoice Management System, that is e-Teams, are not transacting on the platform, underlining the government's headache in its efforts to expand the tax base. Now, latest KRA data shows that of the 236,000 businesses that have been onboarded on the e-Teams, only 49% are reporting transactions with the other businesses, posing a challenge for the taxman, even as 679,000 enterprises it had targeted stay off the radar. You can get that story. It starts on page 1 of the Business Daily and continues to page 2 of the Business Daily. Something else that has caught my attention is that there is something that they are calling the quiet revolution. That 5 ways AI-powered startups are changing healthcare in Kenya. Lynette Owoko is the writer of this article on page 23 of the Business Daily, where she says that access to healthcare services, particularly for vulnerable populations such as people with disabilities, has always been a challenge. The healthcare industry is, however, rapidly evolving with the integration of the artificial intelligence, attracting innovators who are working on various applications and solutions aimed at facilitating better access to healthcare. You can get more of that story on the People Daily. Grab your copy of the People Daily, the Standard, and the Nation to get ahead of the day's news. Let's get some music, and when we come back, we get into our conversation of today. We are asking, what is the state of democracy in African states? Is democracy working for the people? Democracy is a rule for the people, by the people, but how theoretical or how practical is democracy in African countries? Remember, you can ask us any questions, you can comment, you can let us know where you're tuning in from on our social media platforms. On YouTube, we are at Power Radio. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, we are at Power Radio. You can also stream live on our website. That is www.power254.org/Power Radio. Let's get some music. We'll be right back with the day's conversation.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Mpenzi hani ijabera heri okaneno moro kakai nafasi nimeweka usipotosheka nitawasha generator kusema kweli wanizingua daily moyo wangu umekuwa mwepesi nitamfenesi mpenzi na kuenzi usipokami nitadedi ay mama asika pari sechete ay mama asika pari sechete nasema wo lo lo ya wololo ya asika pari sechete Benzi baby, kwangu you're my honey. Na kuimbia hii wimbo my baby kutoka moyoni. You drive me crazy, I miss you daily. Hey, kwa madeni takuseti. You are the love of my life. Na muhasi wanje na kumbora na huyanza. You are the love of my life. Na muhasi wanje na kumbora na huyanza. Ay mama, asika pari sechete. Ay mama, body sechete nasema wo lo lo ya lo lo ya asika body sechete ni wo lo lo ya lo lo ya asika body sechete baby isanda gehera parotanda ketoia lando baby when I see your face mikambuta sunshine to my heart umia werowi usieptunya sechete ay mama sema wo wo wololo yeah yeah wololo yeah yeah asika bari sechete ati ni wololo yeah yeah wololo yeah yeah asika bari sechete. In my heart I confess nimefuta all the rest. For my Luo love I can't replace. Juu hata mimi msapere nigwedete wewe. Oh heri majape. Juu hata mimi msapere nigwedete wewe. Oh heri majape.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
This is for the lovers in the house. Tafuta penzi lako, mshike kwa mikono, mwangalie ndani ya macho, mpeleke kando na umwambie. Commit a crime and I'll be your defender. Overpower me so that I surrender. I wish I could be your saliva, so that I could taste your lips whenever. I envy your hipster, vile inakushika kwa kwa kweli manzi umebarikiwa, ndio maana tunaimba hallelujah. I wish I could be your shoe, I would have such a beautiful view. And if I was the slit on your dress, my goal in life would be to aim for the highest. If only I could be your body lotion, I would walk with undivided devotion. Kila siku nakufikiria, ndio maana nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Miaka rudi miaka nenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Kila siku ya kalenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Chochote utafanya nitafuata, nitachora 8 ukichora 7. And I promise I will never be a player. You're my red card, no longer middle fielder. Be my wife and I'll be your bogey bender. And let no man try to lay asunder. Na wakijaribu kutulay asanda, Mungu moja nitawapiga ngeta. Na kama ungekuwa ngoma, ningependa kukuwa amplifier. I will amplify and equalizer, baka hata matiuta sitachuna. Nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Miaka rudi miaka nenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Kila siku ya kalenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza. This comes from the deepest part of my heart, the deepest part of my heart. This comes from the empty hole in my soul, the empty hole in my soul. This comes from the highest point of my spirit. If you know what I'm saying, then you will feel it. This comes from the deepest part of my heart, the deepest part of my heart. This comes from the empty hole in my soul, the empty hole in my soul. This comes from the highest point of my spirit. If you know what I'm saying, then you will feel it. Nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza. Miaka rudi miaka nenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Don't angry me. I want for the money, do for the show. Leaks. I want for the money, do for the show. And I boy, see baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away you call on me, I call on you. Nikikumiss na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. Oh baby girl, you got a hold on me. Kuku hata kidogo nkani every day. Baby wacha mchezo ebu come my way. You make a grown man sad for sure. Kauja jua mami now you know. Ukiwa na mi wanishika mo. Ndani mpaka kwa roho. Oh baby come slowly, go slowly, yeah. My electric shock won't shock you. Come slowly, go slowly, yeah. See baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away, you call on me. I call on you. Nikikumiss na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. I want for the money. Come slowly, go slowly, yeah. My electric shock won't shock you. Come slowly, go slowly, yeah. See baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away you call on me, I call on you. Nikikumiss na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. I want for the money. I feel you, baby. You feeling me, pull it. Everything about you, baby, I'm loving it. Show this. Oh, you complete me, I complete you. See, baby, now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away, you call on me. I call on you. Nikikumiss na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby, now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. I want for the money.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Leo sina ganji soki leo na kibembeleza kama mtoto. ID Ferrari zimebaki kwa mbosho. Wezi jua niko nunge nikipost photo. Tunawasha kiwash nikatukoloto. Kodo moto inachoma koleta chesa. Niko kwa dance floor zimeshika nikicheza. Vile napewa macho kakipofu na mamande. Mule mbaba pale nitamupandisha pressure. Oops, under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda.
Wanajua shinchila ndo kabisa. Vile mina tisha. Simu zina ring kila siku tuko biz. Na shingo zina blink. Naishi dream ya shina kiwa young na mindo tuna dim. Usiulize kai gari na space. Kuna drink kuna haribu kieka chesa. To Mercedes from Kalesa. Utatesa haina pressure. Ikwe mwaka kushika mita USD. Ikwe mali unafikiria niko ya ukweli. Na rap vitu naona kwa vision ndo ujue mi. Nanzanga kanisho na mwisho KJZ. Na kuomba permission si kwa free. Na wako na mission kwa kaa mimi. Na ndo manata hizo vitisho zao sisiki. One of one hakuna ingine kai.
Oops, under the influence. Mix Sheng na Kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix Sheng na Kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Unanganya mpya kwa root kona AC ndani. Donda mali safi yanaka freshi kiplani. Ketchup kwa macho tunaficha na miwani. Kuna maziwa na maji utanipata maskani. Chinchilla na mife miwan killer. Mjusi kafiri ni shadow kwa Godzilla. Makreti ziletwe na tukunywa tubebe. Matambla usilete tunakunywa kwa pembe.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Piki piki maua, ua, hibidi na ua, piki piki maua, ua,
I logos music.
piki piki maua, ua, hibidi na ua, piki piki maua, ua, hibidi. One day she would grow to be a known worldwide presenter. Toria Kimani didn't know that she would kill his show. Run Lagos before Nairobi felt out. Take a look at Lupita. Young or a better life and now it's full of pretenders. Spend a little now you know. Spend now me know. Tukambali na nimbali ni na enda. Now you can bet your money on me. Baby, I'm the real deal. And they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me. Sit down, be humble, keep it classy, give it real. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. I wanna meet Buddha, so I can shake her hand, tell her she a queen, she made something of herself. Now when he catch feelings, she account shillings, top billing, while she in a private jet. Get down on your knees and praise, and then do your best. They don't know your tears, what you say. Speak now or forever hold your breath. Now you can bet your money on me, baby, I'm the real deal. And they can never slow me down, I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy like Victoria. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though. I wanna big up all the queens in the building. All the queens doing their thing. I see you, baby. Get on the floor one time. Now, picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Now you can bet your money on me. Baby, I'm the real deal. And they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me. Sit down, be humble, keep it classy, give it real. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though.
I logos music.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
She doing her thing though by Phenomenal, the Phenomenal Woman, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. I'm your host, Anne Wanyoike. Now, as mentioned earlier, we are going to be discussing about the state of democracy, just understanding democracy in Africa. And before we get into the meats and the bones of the discussion, it's good to lay a foundation of what exactly the democracy is and understanding the various types of democracy. Now, for those that do not know, democracy is simply put as a rule for the people by the people, or rather, it's a system of governance or government by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through elected representative. And so we definitely have different types of democracies, and we're just going to go through some of them. The first one being direct democracy. Now, direct democracy is often considered the purest form of democracy. This is according to liberties.eu. Because it foregrounds the will of the people in deciding how society should be run. Rather than electing political representatives to make choices on their behalf, citizens themselves have the decision-making power to vote on specific policies and laws, such as voting in a referendum, and they can even propose new laws or amend existing ones. Now, direct democracy may also emphasize the involvement of citizens in the deliberative stage of lawmaking, giving people the opportunity to express their views and opinions before a consensus is reached. The benefits of direct democracy are improved transparency and cooperation, and it makes citizens themselves accountable for the outcomes of their choices. Yeah, so it's a great way to ensure that people are held accountable, those that are elected in office. But however, in order to be effective, direct democracy to be effective requires ordinary people to be well informed about the issues they are voting on, which can be challenging given the demands of modern life and also the demand. Like, for example, in Kenya, there's definitely our literacy levels, issues of ignorance and such things. So that's why even a platform like Power Radio exists, to be able to be the bridge and the gap, to bridge the gap between Kenyans and this information, because it's important that we make decisions, and not only decisions, but informed decisions. Then the second type of democracy is representative democracy. In a representative democracy, citizens elect political representatives to act on their behalf and make decisions in their best interests. Similar to direct democracy, representative democracy is founded on the principle of popular sovereignty, that the people are the source of political power. My boss likes saying, we the people. Yes, we the people. Shout out to Njeri Mwangi, wherever she is. Periodic elections also give citizens the opportunity to hold their elected representatives accountable. The advantage of representative democracy is that there are systems in place to foster a pluralistic society, one which strikes a balance between the views of the majority and the rights of minority groups. Due to the separation of powers between the courts and government, the judiciary can intervene if politicians infringe on the freedoms of minority. In practice, most representative democracies also incorporate dimensions of direct democracy, such as encouraging citizens to express their opinions through political debate, referendums, and public consultations. And you can also see that Kenya, we are definitely in this scope of representative democracy. We also have constitutional democracy. In a constitutional democracy, the constitution is regarded as the Bible. That's what they say. It's regarded as the supreme law of the land with absolute power. This means that it takes precedence over all other laws, and any laws which are inconsistent with it are considered invalid. The constitution functions as a limit on the government by prescribing the powers and responsibilities of different branches of government and creating mechanisms to prevent abuses of power and safeguard individuals' rights. The constitution can be amended to reflect society's evolving views by following specific procedures, typically a referendum, which is with a simple majority needed to pass. For example, we saw it in Kenya in 2005. There was that referendum led by the Orange Democratic, the ODM rather, Orange Democratic Movement, back then in a bid to get Kenya a new constitution, and so we are living in that. They still call it the new constitution, but the constitution has been here for 14 years now. And then we have parliamentary democracy as another part of, as another type of democracy. Here is where the government is formed by the party winning the most seats, and typically the prime minister, or rather the leader, is of the majority party. If a single party wins the majority of the votes, a majority government is formed. But if no party on its own wins the majority, a coalition or minority government is formed, comprised of parties who negotiate an agreement together. As the head of the government, the prime minister is responsible for the decisions and policies of government, assigning cabinet ministerial roles, as well as representing the country. We had our own share of this during the coalition government between the Kibaki regime and the then Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And then we also have presidential democracy as a type of democracy, where in a presidential democracy, the president is elected by the public to head the executive branch of government. Typically, the president is responsible for implementing and enforcing laws, foreign affairs relations, appointing officials to the executive branch, as well as serving as commander-in-chief of the military. While the president works alongside lawmakers, the separation of powers between the executive, legislature, and judiciary is intrinsic to the presidential system. Therefore, in contrast to a parliamentary democracy, the president does not need the support of the legislature in order to remain in power. And then we also have something called the monetary democracy. Now, a monetary democracy can be considered as an enhanced version of representative democracy, as it stresses ongoing citizenship, participation in decision-making, in addition to voting in periodic elections. According to John Keane, who coined the term monetary democracy, political representation extends beyond one person, one vote, one representative, and is transformed into one person, many interests, many voices, multiple votes, and multiple representatives. Sounds like a good plan. I think African democracies would do great with monetary democracy. Something to be noted about monetary democracy is that it aims to put structures in place that enable communication and collaboration between politicians, such as holding public meetings, carrying out evaluations or impact assessments, as well as setting up monitoring institutions to investigate citizen complaints. Public watchdogs such as civil society organizations and the media play an important role for keeping the public informed, facilitating civic education, and exposing government wrongdoing. So, of course, this enhances transparency and emphasizes a bottom-up approach in which change is driven by its citizens. And then last but not least, we have the autocratic democracy. An autocratic democracy may sound like an oxymoron, mostly because it is, yeah? An autocratic democracy, also known as an illiberal democracy or a hybrid regime, is a form of government in which presents itself as democracy, while also presenting qualities of an authoritarian state, with all the power concentrated in the ruling elite or a charismatic ruling leader. An autocratic democracy, which I would say this without fear of contradiction, that I think most African countries that have, I know, like we have a lot of speak about benevolent dictators on the African continent. I think most of them lie in this category of autocratic democracy. We also have technocratic democracy as well. So those are some of the types of democracy. So when we come back, we ask questions as, is democracy working in on the African continent? Yes, and what is the state of democracy in Africa and its countries? You want to stick around for that? We are Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive. Let's get some music and we'll be right back.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Is where you spend most of your time, baby. So many signs say yet to need perfect design, baby, yeah. Wangu ni wewe, kienda milele ntangoja. Najua kwa wengine ntakukosa, kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. Like I never loved in my life, so love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life. I thought I was fine, baby, until love came and opened my eyes, baby, yeah. Perfect design, yeah. You came to me right on time, baby, yeah. And you know you did, and you know you did. Wangu ni wewe, ukienda milele ntangoja. Najua kwa wengine ntakukosa, kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
soul for this harmony. Push it closer, call it to zoom. Let me ignite every part of you. Spell it out, mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one. Baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain. Let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms. Freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. Pull me close, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this split, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa man. You're my girl.
Call me a number one. Baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man.
Somebody call for my girl, call for my cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight's at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, poppy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Number one by Le Band, playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive. I'm your host, Wanyoike. And yes, we are continuing to diagnose the problems and the state of democracy in the African continent. Now, of course, the issue is that we are challenged, definitely challenged. There's a great challenge and threat to democracy in Africa. And so we're just going to look at some of these challenges as we unpack them. Number one, corruption and inefficiency. I think that's almost self-explanatory, you know. Whenever there is corruption in any given country, you can be assured that nothing, whether the systems, nothing just works, because corruption is just an underhanded way of getting, being in the way of getting some things done, because with corruption comes the protection and absolute powers that be. And so that means if, for example, we have some allocated resources that need to go. For example, in Kenya, the fund, the floods response, and then at the end of the day, you find that the resources are not going to be used properly in the way that they're supposed to be used. Then it means that in the way, the claws of democracy have been cut down, and corruption is definitely the culprit. And then we also have violations against human rights. Human rights and democracy do go hand in hand. And so whenever you find that there are countries that are finding themselves at the precipice of violation against human rights, then it means that the claws of democracy are cut to the core. We also have things like growing economic and social inequalities among people. There's a lot of social economic inequalities and discrepancies amongst the people, because again, in theory, democracy was set up so that it could, or rather, it should be able to serve the majority, the common mwananchi. But because of ongoing issues of social economic discrepancies and inequalities, whether caused by impoverishment or poverty, we also, and of course with poverty comes relegation from access to information, access to social amenities, education, then that means that there's always going to be gaps. And so in effect, democracy does not get to be acted out and applied in the way that it should be applied and this is most African countries while the continent over. And so we find ourselves again grappling with challenges of democracy in that way. We also have barriers of, as I've said, access to information, limited government capacity. And by limited government capacity, I mean, in our newspaper review today, I was just talking about how 6 cabinet secretaries are under fire because of the accusation here is that they are... We could say as the rhetoric being they are incapacitated to the work that they are doing. It's like they got into power, but then again they're like, oh wait a minute, how does this place work? Yes, I've scooped myself the position, but how does this place work? What are the systems that I'm coming to find in order to help me serve the Kenyan people? Do they even go through rigorous vetting processes to ensure that we are not just reinventing the wheel here? And by reinventing the wheel, I wish I could say that it is reinventing a wheel that works and that pedals us towards development and growth. But rather, in Africa, we have seen time and time again that no, our governments are limited in their capacity, not only of personnel, not only of resources, and yet, we have so many taxes even in Kenya, but it never translates into giving the people what they deserve. So that definitely that poses a threat and a challenge to democratic processes in Kenya. And then we also have lack of political goodwill. Yeah, I mean, to look at countries like America, where even them, they still struggle with democracy. You couldn't say that they are 100% perfect in their democracies, but I mean, first, given that they've been in power, since 1776, that's when America gained its independence against the colonial Great Britain. So you could arguably, that they've had a longer time to trial and error and found out what works for them. And then we have young democracies. The first country in Africa to gain independence was Ghana in 1957. And so we are talking, shy of 70 years of independence. So we still are in our, would say, nascent stages of applying democracy. And of course, there's also the challenge of copy-pasting what the Western world left us here. When you look at how the Western democracy is structured, they have the systems and they have also the sort of intelligence to ensure that they know what works for their people, and they also have the resources to implement and execute that kind of work. But we in Africa, not really. We are not capacitated to that level where we can implement democracy and its processes in a way that is ample, in a way that upholds the human rights of the citizen of the African nation, and also in a way that the dignity of the people is also upheld. We don't have that. We cannot say that we have the capacity to ensure that democracy is indeed upheld. So those are some of the challenges of that are facing democracy in the African continent. When we come back, we look at some possible solutions, or where do we go forward from this point then? Now that we have seen and we've gauged and we have self-diagnosed to say that, democracy is cute on paper. It's a cute idea in Africa, at least. How do we then ensure that from this point going forward, we are building futures, and futures that are effective, futures that are subservient to the truth, spirit of democracy? Let's get some music. We'll be right back. Keep it right here on Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
And I was sitting in a corner, just minding my business, and that is when I saw her, looking like a goddess. Told her, can I get your name and your number and where you come from? But before you do all that, let me tell you something about me. I love some reggae music and she said me too. I like to burn some sass and she said me too. Born and raised in Nairobi and she said me too. Okay, sipendi watu sticky and she said me too. Sipendi watu tricky and she said me too. Can I get some more drinks and she said me too. Okay, well, it seems like you and I have a lot of things in common, and maybe we can go somewhere after this. Don't worry yourself, my girl, you'll be safe with me, no. But before I go too far, let me start once again from the top. I love some reggae music and she said me too. I like to burn some sass and she said me too. Born and raised in Nairobi and she said me too. Okay, sipendi watu sticky and she said me too. Sipendi watu tricky and she said me too. Can I get some more drinks and she said me too. Okay, ni kama tunaelewana, iko sawa, iko sawa. 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 I love some reggae music and she said me too. I like to burn some sass and she said me too. Born and raised in Nairobi and she said me too. Okay, sipendi watu sticky and she said me too. Sipendi watu tricky and she said me too. Can I get some more drinks and she said me too. Okay, I love some reggae music and she said me too. I like to burn some sass and she said me too. Born and raised in Nairobi and she said me too. Okay, sipendi watu sticky and she said me too. Sipendi watu tricky and she said me too. Can I get some more drinks and she said me too. Okay,
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you and I'm loving you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. Kuzini kasi nanga time ya kuenda online na kuhala na madem mwingine. Kuzini kasi nanga time ya kubishana na watu kwa comments. Offense, nimeweka defense. To be honest, I just wanna be with you and I know vex. I just wanna be with you and I know best. I just wanna be with you, yeah. You elevate, and when we did together we marinate. And everything you say I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulette. I li on fire. Too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you and I'm rubbing you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. Oh baby, you got the body, make me lose my mind. Oh, you like nobody I know. Oh baby, you got the body, every tantalizer. Baby, you energize up. Anything you want, baby girl, you know I can't deny you. Anywhere you go, I'll go. When I'm feeling low, you're the only one who give me high. How you do me, I don't know. You elevate, and when we did together, we marinate. And everything you say, I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulette. I li on fire. Too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you and I'm rubbing you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
All right, that is Too Easy by Bien, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive. I'm your host, Wanyoike. Now, we've been talking about the plague of African democracy, and we have clearly seen that democracy on paper does not work. Practically, it does not work for African nations. And so we want to look at how can we uphold democracy so that we do not continue grappling with the democratic decay across the 55 states of the African continent. And one way to do that is ensuring that all the principles of democracy are upheld. And the 7 principles of democracy is respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, holding free and fair elections. That's a hot button issue in Africa. I mean, South Africa is slated to go to its elections on the 29th of May. It's going to be an interesting one to see what happens there. Pluralistic system of political parties and organizations, separation of powers, that's also a very hot button area, independence of the branches of government, freedom of expression and of the press. That one, we just celebrating the World Press Freedom Day on that of May. And constitutional subordination of all state institutions of the legally constituted civilian authority. So in a nutshell, if we are to see that democracy works and works well and effectively in Africa, it means that we have to we have to be intentional about not only funding democracy, because you have to fund it, but also you have to be intentional about creating a philosophy of a country, and philosophies that actually you hold regard for its people. You have to have philosophies for a country that works, and that everyone, right from school, every person knows that as Kenya, as we believe in Ubuntu, and it is the responsibility and the mandate of everybody, of members of society, to ensure that this is upheld. So let me just state those 7 principles once more, because that's literally it. Like, we don't even have to reinvent new ways of doing things in this continent of Africa. We just need to hold we just need to hold on to those principles and ensure that we actively engage all stakeholders and partners in ensuring that the democracy is upheld. So the first one is respect for human rights and fundamental freedom, holding free and fair elections. Number 2, a pluralistic system of political parties and organizations. Number 3, separation of powers. Number 4, and then independence of the branches of government. Number 5, freedom of expression and of the press. 6, and finally, the constitutional subordination of all state institutions to the legally constituted civilian authority. Now, I would like to apologize to our audience because we were supposed to have a guest to help us unpack the issue of democracy. But unfortunately, due to some unavoidable circumstances, he could not make it for our show today. But not to stop there, because this is a conversation that we definitely will be having more and more. I can promise you that we will do another show that now actually goes in depth in ensuring that we give you the absolute information that you need to know about how we can plan our countries and how we can uphold democracy, not only in Kenya, but in Africa, and what we can learn from countries that have gotten that have gotten democracy right. But from me and everybody who was able to make this broadcast a success, shout out to my producer Flozy. We would love to thank you for joining us on the Power Morning Drive Show. I just hope you stay safe wherever you are. Yes, the schools are still not yet open, so make sure that your children are within your sight to ensure that we don't have any more damages, deaths, or injuries of that sort. In about an hour's time at 11 a.m., you want to join Mudhoni Gitau on the She Talk Show. So stay tuned here. Do not just touch that. Don't switch. Yeah, we will be right back at 11 with the She Talks show. But for me, and Wanyoike, have yourself a great rest of a Monday. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Penzi letu limeshika, watazidi na kuteta, vilesi tunapendana na hatutawayochana. Katika shida watacheka sana, baraka zetu watakemea, watazidi kungojea, watangojea. Nyakacheng sanika wona, nyakacheng nyaka wa yunyithindo, nyaka wati hera wa medore, hera wa medore. Just say my losa, losa, we losa. Just say my losa, losa. Just say my losa, losa, we losa. Just say my losa, losa. Atotieni
maber hera ema Nyasaye gwedho. Chien marach bende chien maber biro kabiro weyo heri. Yawa onge ng'ama ber hera ema Nyasaye gwedho. Chien marach bende chien maber biro kabiro weyo heri. Kata kaola nyalgelo anakim kinda mondo aheri. Mondo aheri. Kata kaola nyalgelo anakim kinda mondo aheri. Yawa aheri aheri. Just say my words aloso aloso. Just say my words aloso. Just say my words aloso aloso. Just say my words aloso.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.